This episode is brought to you by Indeed. Stop waiting around for the perfect candidate. Instead, use Indeed sponsored jobs to find the right people with the right skills fast. It's a simple way to make sure your listing is the first candidates see. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs have 4 times more applicants than non-sponsored jobs. So go build your dream team today with Indeed. Get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Get business done with the new American Express Graphite Business Cash Unlimited card. With unlimited 2% cash back on all eligible purchases, unlimited 5% cash back on flights and prepaid hotels booked through American Express Travel Online, and a flexible spending capacity that can grow with your business, you'll have the confidence to keep building. Apply today and earn a welcome offer of $1,500 cash back after you spend $50,000 in qualifying purchases on your new card within the first 6 months of card membership. Terms apply. Learn more at go.amex/graphite.
Hello and welcome to Doggone History, a lighthearted look at the history of dogs, one breed at a time. I'm your host, Rich Napolitano. The Scottish Terrier, better known as the Scottie, is instantly recognizable. Upright ears, bright, mischievous eyes, bushy eyebrows, and that unmistakable flowing beard. Add in the trademark wiry coat, and you've got a dog that looks like it just walked out of a Victorian portrait, with opinions. This compact terrier carries itself with bold confidence, perfectly matching the rugged spirit of its Scottish homeland. Artwork from 200 CE in the Scottish Highlands shows a small dog riding in a wheelbarrow. Now, was that a Scottie? Not exactly, but there's a good chance the Scottie has some ancient relatives lurking in that family tree. The breed's true origins lie with small, muscular working dogs bred to hunt vermin on Highland farms. Think less lapdog and more fearless underground pest control specialist. By the 13th century, Scottish farmers had a serious problem. Rats, badgers, foxes, even otters. Enter the terriers. Scrappy, determined, and more than willing to dig straight into a den and argue with whatever lived there. Over time, different types of Highland Terriers emerged, each bringing their own flavor of tenacity. In the 17th century, George Douglas, the first Earl of Dumbarton, nicknamed these early terriers the Diehards, which honestly sounds like the title of an action movie and fits just as well. When King James VI of Scotland became James I of England in 1603, he brought his terriers with him, likely helping boost their popularity south of the border. Back then, Scotties weren't quite the polished characters we know today. Often called Aberdeen Terriers, they varied widely in appearance. Early illustrations show dogs with scruffy muzzles, but no proper beard yet, shorter coats, and a slightly larger build. In other words, still adorable, but clearly a work in progress. The harsh Highland environment shaped these dogs into sturdy, low-built survivors with weather-resistant coats. There were several similar terrier types in the region. Skye Terriers, Dandy Dinmonts, Cairn Terriers, all part of a loosely defined family. Breed standards? Not really a thing yet. By the 19th century, though, things started to come together. Sketches and photographs show the Scottie gradually evolving into its modern form, complete with that signature beard and longer wiry coat. Features breeders increasingly favored, and let's be honest, features that give the Scottie its undeniable attitude. Queen Victoria, a well-known animal lover, owned several Highland Terriers, helping raise their profile. And in 1879, Captain Gordon Murray officially gave the breed its name, the Scottish Terrier. He also helped establish the Scottish Terrier Club of England in 1881. The breed was recognized by the Royal Kennel Club in 1883 and by the American Kennel Club in 1885. Though, true to Scottie form, debates over standards continued for years. The first registered Scottish Terrier in the United States was Prince Charlie, brought to Illinois in 1885 by John Naylor. The breed was slow to catch on in America at first, but that changed in 1900 when Dr. Fayette Ewing founded the Scottish Terrier Club of America and championed the breed for decades. Scotties really hit their stride between World War I and World War II. During this time, breed standards were finally nailed down, largely thanks to 4 influential dogs and their offspring, By 1930, the modern Scottie look was officially set. Their popularity got a boost from some very high-profile fans. President Franklin Delano Roosevelt was rarely seen without his beloved Scottie, Fala, who arguably became a celebrity in his own right. Fala traveled everywhere with Roosevelt, train, by ship, and even went on official government trips. He had his own press following, received thousands of fan letters, and was jokingly said to be better fed than most soldiers. Though to be fair, he was a very important dog. In 1944, Fala became the center of a political controversy when opponents accused Roosevelt of accidentally leaving him behind on the Aleutian Islands and sending a Navy destroyer back to retrieve him, at great taxpayer expense. This was completely false, but Roosevelt saw an opportunity. In a speech that would become famous as the Fala speech, he joked that while he could handle attacks against himself, the accusations had deeply offended his dog.
Well, of course, I don't resent attacks, and my family don't resent attacks, but Fala does resent them. And being a Scottie, his Scotch soul was furious. He has not been the same dog since.
The joke was inspired by an off-the-cuff remark by renowned actor and film director Orson Welles, who was a supporter and friend of FDR. Roosevelt was so tickled, he had the joke written into a speech in front of the International Teamsters Union. The speech also went out to the American public on all U.S. radio networks. The crowd loved it, and just like that, a small black terrier helped defuse a political attack with humor. Fala's legacy didn't end there. Today, he's immortalized in bronze alongside Roosevelt at the Franklin Delano Roosevelt Memorial in Washington, D.C., the only presidential pet ever included in a U.S. presidential memorial. Before Fala, the Roosevelts owned another Scottie named Meggie, and brought her and a German Shepherd named Major to the White House. Meggie stuck closely to First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt, and frequently was at her side for functions and press conferences. Meggie was known to terrorize the White House service staff, and would chase them, bark at them, and nip at them regularly. But Mrs. Roosevelt gave Meggie full run of the White House, and refused to allow anyone to discipline her. Not bad for a dog originally bred to chase vermin into holes. An impressive list of celebrities have been fans of Scotties through the years, including Humphrey Bogart, Bette Davis, Charles Lindbergh, Rudyard Kipling, and Dorothy Parker, just to name a few. More recently, President George W. Bush had two Scotties, Barney and Miss Beasley, who became familiar faces at the White House, and occasional scene stealers. And if you've ever played Monopoly, you've probably chosen the dog player piece at least once. This dog is a Scottie, and by the way, is always the correct choice. Now it's time for Bad Dad Jokes. What kind of dog do you get when you mix a terrier with a bulldog? A terrible dog.
Pepsi Prebiotic Cola in original and cherry vanilla. That Pepsi taste you love with no artificial sweeteners and 3 grams of prebiotic fiber. Pepsi Prebiotic Cola. Unbelievably Pepsi.
Walmart Business is in the business of saving you time, money, and hassle. Whether your business started in a garage or is a garage, Walmart Business has the tools to help you get where you're going. Tools like free shipping, multi-user accounts, and just about any item your company needs.
Even a double filtration cyclone dust collector.
Yep, even that.
Sweet.
Walmart Business. It's the Walmart you love. Now for your business. Learn more at business.walmart.com. Terms apply.
As one early 20th century writer put it, the goal of breeding a Scottie wasn't just appearance, but creating a dog that perfectly embodied its purpose. Symmetrical, capable, and full of character. In simpler terms, a dog that looks the part and absolutely means it. And that personality is really the heart of the Scottie. Bold, dignified, independent, cheerful, and just a little stubborn. Diehard wasn't just a nickname, it's a lifestyle. Today's Scottie stands about 10 inches tall and weighs between 18 and 22 pounds. Beneath that iconic coat is a compact, powerful body built for work. The wiry outer coat and soft undercoat provide excellent protection against the elements, because Scottish weather does not mess around. Coat colors include black, wheaten, and brindle, though black is the classic favorite. Scotties are relatively low shedders, but their coat does need some upkeep, regular brushing, and occasional hand stripping to keep them looking sharp and properly distinguished. As former hunters, Scotties still have a strong prey drive and an enthusiasm for digging that can turn your backyard into an archaeological dig site if left unchecked. They're intelligent and trainable, though they do like to make their own decisions. Think independent contractor rather than eager intern. They're affectionate with their families, but can be a bit reserved with strangers. Playful and cheerful, yes, but also not big fans of being overhandled, especially by younger children. And when it comes to other dogs, let's just say Scotties have strong opinions. Health-wise, they're generally hardy, but can be prone to a few conditions, including von Willebrand's disease, Scottie cramp, and bladder cancer. Fortunately, these are relatively uncommon, and Scotties typically live around 12 years. With their distinctive look and even more distinctive personality, Scottish Terriers are charismatic, loyal companions who bring a lot of character into a small package. Rudyard Kipling's Scottie, Boots, even wrote, if you will, a series of poems, because of course he did. One passage captures the Scottie spirit perfectly, a mix of mischief, charm, and a slightly cheeky apology. Can a gift turn thee? I will bring mine all, my secret bone, my throwing stick, ball. Or wouldst thou sport? Then watch me hunt a while, chasing, not after conies, but thy smile. Because at the end of the day, a Scottie will most likely cause some trouble, but will also make sure you forgive them. If you're interested in adding a Scottish Terrier or any pet to your home, please contact your local SPCA, Humane Society, rescue organization, or other animal shelter. There are millions of homeless animals just waiting to be adopted. And remember, when you adopt a pet, you adopt love for life. And please, spay or neuter your pets to help reduce the homeless animal population. Now it's time to announce the next dog breed to be featured on Doggone History. Here goes the randomizer. The Vizsla. That's great. I don't know much about them, actually. Should be fun to research. Doggone History is written, edited, and produced by me, Rich Napolitano. Original theme music is also by me. All episode show notes and transcripts can be found at doggonehistory.com. Please remember to subscribe or follow Doggone History in your podcast app, and leave a rating and review. It only takes a moment of your time, but it sure would mean a lot to me. Thank you for listening. Please join me again next time, but until then, say hi to your dog for me, won't you?
There's fishing, and then there's fishing. Out here, you're after dinner. Online, hackers are after your data. They'll bait you with fake emails, lookalike sites, anything to lure you in. But with Cisco Duo's end-to-end phishing-resistant access control, every login, every device, every user stays protected. Looks like no one's biting today. Cisco Duo. Phishing season is over. Learn more at duo.com.
We all want to know, what makes people tick?
How will they make decisions?
Handle feedback?
And work
as a team.
The Predictive Index Behavioral Assessment reveals how employees actually think, work, and thrive. Like how Marcus fits in a role with structure, and Margot's strength is collaborating with others. Because when we understand each other, work just works. Take the behavioral assessment today at try.predictiveindex.com.